I decided to do something crazy. This is College Football Chronicles, and I am going to go through every single NCAA football school and pick the best overall player and most famous or notable depending on the school. That's right, I have a list of 663 schools across Division 1, 2, and 3, and will release mostly in alphabetical order, though I may skip around at times. Some schools are going to be heavily debatable, with many Hall of Famers, and some are going to be a struggle and a stretch to come up with even one name. Note that not all schools will have a most famous and best overall, just the ones that, well, do. This should be a fun challenge, and I hope you guys will join me on this long-ass journey. This will only be NCAA schools, so no NAIA or junior college. And remember that while these are heavily researched and based on facts, some will just be a judgment call based on my opinion. And sometimes I might miss something completely. Let me know in the comments if that happens. All that said, let's get on that chronic. Albion College is located in Albion, Michigan, and to be honest, this is the first one on this list I had never heard of the school or town. Which isn't shocking, as I have never been to the Midwest, and the town has only 7,700 people, which is slightly bigger than my own hometown. The Britons play at the Division III level and are founding members of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association since 1888. The team won the 1994 Division III National Championship, going 13-0, and defeated Washington and Jefferson in the title game 38-15. Now, I'm sure Albion has an all-time record and some conference championships, but I could not find those numbers anywhere. As a reminder, the smaller a school gets, typically at the lower level divisions, the less records and research I am able to find. Some sports info departments keep shitty historical records and stats the smaller the department is. Additionally, video clips and pictures even become hard to find, so just bear with me. Nobody said this series would be easy. Let's go ahead and start with a few honorable mentions before we get to our top pick. Jeff Brooks is a former offensive lineman who played for the Britons in the mid-90s and was an All-American in 1993. Casey Silver is a former offensive lineman who played for Albion in the mid-90s. He was a MIAA first-team All-Conference in 1994 and 1995, and an All-American in 1995 as well. He was the recipient of the Britons Captain Award in 1995. What is that? I couldn't tell you. Henry Weinman III is a former running back who played for the team in the late 80s and early 90s. In his career, he was a three-time conference champion and was all-conference in 1990 and 1991. If the record book I'm looking at is correct, Weinman still holds the school records for single-season rushing yards with 1,629 in 1991, most rushing attempts in a season with 307, most career rushing attempts with 583, most consecutive 100-yard games with 18, and 2 1,000-yard-plus seasons, and was the conference MVP in 1991. TJ AJ RJ backslashing fourth the fifth.
TJ AJ RJ backslashing fourth the fifth. Albion College.
And it's crazy if I have to clarify this, but yes, that one isn't real. We had a Bama fan get triggered when I included Forrest Gump, so I just thought I'd be clear on this one. Martin Chip Hayboer is a former offensive lineman who played for the Britons in the mid-90s. He was an All-American and All-Conference selection in 1994 and a member of the national championship team. Robert Taylor is a former defensive lineman who played for Albion in the mid-90s. He was named Conference Defensive MVP in 1995. He finished his career with 134 tackles and 17 sacks. Ron Dawson is a former center with the team in the early 90s. He started all 4 years and was named All-Conference in 1992 and 1993. He was also said to be named by various All-American selectors throughout his career, though my research doesn't exactly say what that means. From being in the business and writing these kind of things myself, my best guess is he was named third team or honorable mention on a few occasions, and they just said it this way to make it sound better. Still, good stuff.
Stephen Wassel, Albion College.
Now, for the best overall pick, and I may be wrong, this was hard to sort out, but he's certainly the most entertaining to talk about, for a YouTube video at least, with all the O-line guys I already mentioned. Stephen Wassel. Wassel played quarterback in the mid-2000s and held the record for career passing yards up until 2015. He was named second-team All-Conference in 2004 after throwing for 1,719 yards and 18 touchdowns. In 2005, he was named Conference Offensive Player of the Year. At the time of writing, he still holds records for most pass attempts in a game with 55 and most passing yards in a season with 3,313 in 2005. He went on to play for the West Michigan Thunderhawks of the Continental Indoor Football League, the Texas Copperheads of the National Indoor Football League, and you know what? This is redundant. He played for 5 more teams, mostly in very low-level leagues such as Arena League development squads. I mean no offense to him or the school, but that was boring even to me. In his AFL career, he threw for 5,251 yards and 99 touchdowns and rushed for another 179 yards and a staggering 23 touchdowns. He announced he would return to Albion in 2013 to coach quarterbacks. Announced. Not saying he did, but that is the last bit of info I can find on him. Good luck wherever you are, Stephen. As always, thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments if I missed someone completely obvious, or someone you disagree with, or do agree with. Please like, share, and subscribe. This has been College Football Chronicles, and I will see you next time.